Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV. Today we're talking about the idea that your culture, your organizational culture, is an asset. Are you ready? Let's get started. So, an asset has all sorts of thoughts. I want to think about asset as an economic idea, sort of an accounting idea. And so I went to Wikipedia to come up with a definition. So let me share this definition with you, then we're going to unpack it in terms of how it relates to our culture. Okay? Here we go. An asset is a resource with economic value that an individual, corporation, or country owns or controls with the expectation that it will provide a future benefit. Assets are reported on a company's balance sheet and are bought or created to increase a firm's value or benefit the firm's operations. An asset can be thought of as something that in the future can generate cash flow, reduce expenses, or improve sales, regardless of whether it's manufacturing equipment or a patent. All right, so a lot of words there. Thank you, Wikipedia. But I want to translate that accounting idea to us and our culture, our organizational or even our team culture, okay? But first, I should probably give you a definition of organizational culture. And I'm not going to go to Wikipedia. I'm going to give you mine. And here it is. Culture is the way we do things around here. Every group of people, every club, every team, every organization has a culture already. It's what we already are doing. It's the way we do things around here. So let's take those two ideas and hook them together and see if you can see why I say that your organizational culture is an asset. So I'm going to take some things directly from the Wikipedia definition and apply them, okay? Here's the first one. An asset is a resource with economic value. Well, let's just say, and maybe your culture isn't creating as much value as you'd like. Maybe, but let's just think about it this way. Good or bad. Take an organization with a bad culture and then replace everything else about the organization except with a much more effective culture. Is the organization going to have higher economic value? Yeah. Maybe not today, but will it have? Of course, which relates to the second point, which was an asset is created to increase the value or benefit of or to benefit operations. Well, think about that. First of all, culture can be created. Just like an asset can be created, we can create the culture that we want. Yes, one exists, but we can work to create a different one. We can aspire to having the way things being done around here be different, to be better, to be more effective, and that can definitely impact the value and benefit operations as well. Third, an asset in the future can create better results. Wikipedia said reduce expenses, improve sales, etc. If you've got a better culture, could you make more sales? Yes. Have higher productivity? Yes. Reduce expenses? Of course. Listen, the culture that you have in your organization is an asset. And organizations think about hard assets and they manage things just like they manage things, other stuff on their balance sheet. They look at them. I sit on a board, and just the other day we were looking at the balance sheet. We were talking about our assets and how do we manage them and how do we grow them. And yet organizations aren't doing that enough when it relates to their culture. If you buy the idea that your culture is an asset, are you thinking about it in the same way you do your hard assets? And are you thinking about how you could create it, improve it, or change it for greater benefit to the organization, to the value of the organization, and to the benefit of operations? It's a question worth thinking about. I believe it's a choice that we should make. Your culture, your organizational culture, is an asset. It's time to treat it like one. Let me close with today's tweet. Your organizational culture is an asset. How can you maximize its value? Did you know that every week I release a podcast? I mean, every week here we release a new episode of Remarkable TV, and I hope you come back. But every week we have a new podcast. It's called the Remarkable Leadership Podcast, and you can subscribe and join us each week. All the information is right here. I hope you'll do that, as well as coming back here for another episode of Remarkable TV.